Open appeal of the Episcopate of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church to the President of Ukraine. We, the hierarchs of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, address you with sincere and at the same time anxious words regarding the decision to revoke the citizenship of His Beatitude Metropolitan Onufry of Kyiv and all Ukraine. A patriot, a citizen, and a faithful son of his native Ukrainian land. His Beatitude Metropolitan Onufry is not only the primate of the Church, which serves God and unites millions of citizens of Ukraine, but also a shepherd who, from the very beginning of the war, clearly, unequivocally, resolutely, and responsibly expressed his position. In the very first hours of the Russian Federation's invasion of Ukrainian territory, he publicly condemned the aggression and called on all the faithful to pray and defend the homeland. He remained here with his flock and gave his blessing to our Ukrainian military to defend the motherland. With the blessing of his Beatitude Metropolitan Onufry and under his spiritual leadership, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, throughout the entire full-scale war against our country, has carried out extensive humanitarian and charitable work. Over these years, the Church has collected and distributed thousands of tons of humanitarian aid, purchased medicine, equipment, vehicles for evacuation and medical needs worth hundreds of millions of hryvnias, and raised substantial funds to support widows and orphans affected by the war. Our clergy and faithful serve in the ranks of the armed forces of Ukraine, defending the integrity, sovereignty, and independence of our state. Without exaggeration, it can be said that today, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, under the leadership of His Beatitude Onufry, is one of the largest charitable organizations in Ukraine. We do not seek fame or recognition. This is our spiritual and civic duty. But the decision to revoke the citizenship of His Beatitude Onufry, a sincere Ukrainian who lives and continues to live a Ukrainian life, has caused deep pain in the hearts of millions of faithful of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Evidence of this is also found in social surveys that this year our primate was named among the most influential figures in the country. The mission of the Church is not to serve political goals or circumstances, but in reconciling people with God. The Church has existed, exists, and will continue to exist regardless of what happens in the world. Its goal is to help people find salvation, to learn to love their neighbor, and to be worthy of the high name Christian. This is exactly what His Beatitude Metropolitan Onufry always emphasizes in his sermons. He's not a politician. He's a man of prayer and a spiritual person, as you have personally witnessed during meetings with him. His Beatitude Onufry has always demonstrated and continues to show a spiritual and patriotic approach closely tied to the fate of our homeland, Ukraine. That is why he became the initiator and founder of the Historic Council of the UOC, which took place in Theophania on May 27, 2022, and which dramatically changed the reality of our church life. The council decided to separate the UOC from the Moscow Patriarchate and expressed disagreement with Patriarch Kirill's position regarding the war in Ukraine. In his address marking the third anniversary of the council, Metropolitan Onufry emphasized, "Unfortunately, after the beginning of the full-scale invasion, Patriarch Kirill of Moscow completely sided with the Russian political leadership, consistently justifying the military aggression against Ukraine. Since the beginning of the war, in all churches of the UOC, fervent prayers are offered during every service for Ukraine, for the government, its heroic defenders, the end of aggression, and for peace. Today, in wartime, our country needs peace, harmony, and unity, not division. Millions of UOC parishioners who honor their primate are an integral part of Ukrainian society. That is why we ask you, Honorable Mr. President, to restore justice as a sign of state strength and your wisdom. On behalf of millions of faithful clergy and monastics of the UOC, we appeal to you to defend the truth, honor, dignity, and spiritual authority of one of the most respected shepherds of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, and to reconsider the decision to revoke the citizenship of His Beatitude Onufry. We lift up our fervent prayers for you and your family. May the heavenly powers protect you."